Thank you, Tony.
Thanks very much, Sam, and welcome to everybody. It's a fantastic audience, and I just wish we had more chairs. You want to come in? Can you all hear me down there? There, Michael. Very nice to see the Rouse Hill media here. Welcome, Stacey and Carmela, is it?
That's right.
And welcome to all of you people. So where we've been, I started in Penrith with my own pharmacy, and my daughter went away and did a course in nutrition, and she came home and told me what sort of rubbish I was eating and I should change my ways. And she really triggered my mind to change my ways, and I used to start my day on continental frankfurts, and then I'd smother them with tomato sauce, and continental frankfurts are the crap on the floor which they put sausage skins around, and then you eat them and smother it in tomato sauce, and it's a terrible way to start your day. And then I'd eat too many cakes, and then I'd eat too many biscuits, and you know, I was heading in a disastrous way. So, you know, I changed my ways. I started to see what good food could do for me and what green leaf vegetables could do for me. Anyway, my dream is to take our message right around Australia, and Terry White has been very good for us, and we've been very good for them, and they're a great organisation. We are now in 147 Terry Whites around Australia. And if we can't have a Terry White, then we can go into that town with a Tony Ferguson Weight Loss and Wellness Centre, and that's one way of getting the message across as well. Made a terrific change to her life. Her name is Robyn Sonter, and she comes from Brisbane. And Robyn took a year to lose 84 kilos. And when she passes around her before photos, you will not believe it. She was 151.1 kilos when she started with a Terry White Chemist in Brisbane, and she was too heavy for us to weigh her. So she has now lost the 84, and I was so impressed with that journey that I gave her a job, and she comes around and talks to people like you. So I'll put Robyn on now and she can tell you all about it. Thanks.
Hi everyone. Yeah, I was always overweight. My whole family was overweight. In high school I had to get uniforms specially made for me. It was about 2.5 years ago I started getting a sore hip, and I was crawling out of bed backwards because that was the least painful way to get out of bed. So I thought I'll have to get some weight off these joints. I didn't want to have a hip replacement. I was 39 years old. So I researched the internet, as everyone does, looked at all the weight loss programs, looked at weight loss surgery, read Tony's program, thought I'll give it a try. The vegetables were going to be my problem. I was never a vegetable person unless it was a potato, baked, fries, wedges, anywhere a potato would come, but the other veggies I'd always leave them. But out of that list I was able to pick some I could put into a salad, so I thought I could have some salad with my protein. So I decided to go and register, walked into one Terry White Chemist up in Brisbane, went looking for the bright pink booth, didn't actually see it, so I walked out. I don't think I looked too hard, I probably wasn't ready then. 2 weeks later my hip was still sore, so I decided to go to another Terry White close to home, went in and registered. And a few years earlier I had wanted to lose some weight, and I bought some electronic scales, and they went up to 150 kilos, and I was too heavy for them, so I didn't know how much I weighed back then. But I had given up Coke. I used to drink a lot of Coke, and I'd cut back some bread, but I couldn't tell if that was working because I couldn't weigh myself at home. So I went in and registered, and they put me on the scales, and I was 151.1. So I was actually quite relieved I was only that 1.1 over the 150. I didn't know how far over I was. I'm sure at other points I was heavier than that. And then the next tough question was, how much do you want to weigh? What's your goal weight? And it was the first diet I'd ever tried, so I thought double figures would be a good achievement. So I thought, let's go for 90 kilos. And that gave me a bit of a window before the dreaded triple figures again. And so the consultant, yep, we can get you there. And I'm thinking, oh, sure, don't believe you. But anyway, so off I went with my shakes. Had them the next day, very surprised at how good they tasted. I was a government worker at that point. I'd worked in the government probably 12, 13 years. And we used to have a lot of morning teas for any excuse. So mud cake, donuts, sausage rolls, cheese, gabbana. I'd eat all that for morning teas. So I didn't tell people I was on the diet because it's the first diet. Didn't know if I'd succeed. Didn't want to be seen as a failure if I didn't succeed. So I told a couple of close people, let me know if I had the bad breath, because that can be a side effect when you first start on your detox. So I'd hide in a small kitchen and have my shakes and still not admit I was on a diet. And it took till I lost about 20 kilos before people would comment, have you lost some weight? And it was probably at that point I might have changed some clothes, I might have downsized some of my clothing. And I said, yeah, I've lost 20 kilos. Oh, I can see it in your face. I'm thinking, I lost 20 kilos, hopefully you can notice it off my backside as well. But anyway, so I found the diet very easy, so soon after I changed my goal weight down to 75 kilos. I thought if I can get to half what I started, that'd be great. And I started the diet September 2006 and got to my goal weight in November 07. So it took me 14 months to lose 77 kilos. Then I went on to the maintenance program, so it reintroduced some of the carbs that I had given up. So I was able to eat some bread and some yogurt and some cereal and some pasta, and it just educated me on the better choices. And I've been able to keep the weight off for 15 months now and haven't looked back, and got a great job where I get to travel and meet everyone and share my story. And that's actually me on the cover of the magazine.
This is what she used to look like in this thing.
These were size 26, they stretched. They're in the magazine. This was a size 28 shirt. So now I'm down to a size 10, 12 and I don't have a sore hip.